the game of Team Fake. Can't wait to see what they can do tonight because I am excited. First time seeing them actually play on stream. They played before off stream, so let's see what they can do on the cam, and hopefully they impress Stack. All right, man. Let me just send him the video. right, everyone. How you guys doing? I am so sorry for the wait so far. I know you guys have been looking forward to the games today. Of course, the first streamed game of the year 2026. Happy New Year to you guys. This is from ML Hub's caster to you, but I am not the only ML Hub caster today or tonight. I am also with Fisayo, one of my favorite analysis casters out there in ML Hub, doing what he can. Fisayo, good evening, man. How you doing? It's always good to have you around, man. It's always good to have you around. Fisaya, we have a very interesting game set for us here today. We do have two tier two teams that are actually, you know, ones that we haven't seen play that often, but still though they have played and we have seen them do. For example, Hell Kitchen, they do have quite a reputation, especially when it comes to community drama and all that. And also on the other side, R1, we do have some very intelligent, interesting information about them, but we have not seen them play that often as well. But we have seen their match before. By the way, guys, in case you don't know, Team R1 were actually fake frauds. So they revamped and they changed their name to Team R1. So that's a very good update. And yeah, I am getting some information here that they can't hear Fisayo in the chat. Staff, please, if you can resolve that. Yeah, thank you very much. So Fisayo, I wanted to talk to you about something. Yeah, these are so far right now. We are just waiting for the ref to set things up so that we can get straight into the game. And just a little hitch up there in the lobby. We're gonna get that fixed soon. But still, what do you guys think? And let me know your thoughts. Hell's Kitchen Team R1. Who do you think is gonna take the games? And before the polls comes on, obviously, but Fisayo, what do you know about Hell's Kitchen and what do you know about Team Fake, right? What do you
Mhm.
think here? What's your prediction here?
Yeah, not much, but judging from the hype that I've been getting from everyone so far, in the community, and I think there was one time we casted one of their match as well. I think it was against the Disciples. Yeah, the hype was really high. So of course, I was really looking forward to seeing them play at their full strength today. The last
Mhm.
time I think they violated one of the rules, so the game was not really how do I put this, in their favor at that point. The pressure was too much. Why for fake frauds? I've seen their match once. Okay, I think we should call them R1 now, no longer fake frauds. So yeah, I've seen their game once.
I also want to see the matchup between them, really. And yes, Hell's Kitchen do have quite a history when it comes to community dramas and community banters. It's almost like whenever you hear something like community drama, right? Or maybe there's one player having one thing against or a fit against another player. Hell's Kitchen seems to be close whenever you hear something like that. They have quite a reputation there, but I do love them for their grit. I love them for their confidence. I love them for how well they are how confident they are when it comes to proving themselves and how they don't shy away from challenges. That's one thing I do love about Hell's Kitchen. And that's about I love about Fake Fraud. Speaking on that side, because they do have something, of course, to talk about because Fake Frauds have shown us a very impressive gameplay where I was shouting at the top of my lungs because these guys were absolutely impressive. But then tonight they are clashing against each other, and let us see if they can be as impressive this night. But it all starts from the draft because that's everything that both teams would have to come against and make sure that they get the draft right. I always say, Fisayo, the drafting is where the game actually begins, not when we do that welcome to Mobile Legends.
Yeah, definitely. Just yesterday was it. I was watching a YouTube video on drafting and stuff like that, and even with my little experience, I won't say I'm that experienced because of course I'm still learning as well. Even with my little experience, the things that this guy was mentioning, it was like they were new stuffs entirely. I mean, different concepts when it comes to the banning and the picking. We have things like comfort picks, we have things like power picks, we have things like pocket picks, we have counter picks, we have counter bands, we have power bands. You know, so concepts like that are just always very interesting to hear every time. And when I see players implementing these strategy. Always like a thing of joy, knowing that the Nigerian MLBB esports scene is also growing, like it's strong and it's going strong.
Yep, yep. Okay, so looks like everything is actually starting to get set to the lobby, guys. Apologies for the delays once again. We are gonna be going straight into the lobby, and of course, if you are having any issues on the stream, let us know in the comments. We're gonna try to resolve everything as we can. But then we are going to be getting straight into the game soon, so that we can show them the action, because we cannot keep that from you any longer. I know you want to see how Hell Kitchen and Team Fake are toughing it out against each other. But then I have not seen any predictions on the chat, guys. I want to see your predictions. I want to know what you think. I want to know how you see the game turning out in Team Fake's favor or in Hell's Kitchen's favor. Which is it gonna be? That is what I want to see from you guys. And also, it's kind of inclusivity, I want to make you guys feel like you actually matter here. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Hell's Kitchen favorite or Tiffy? I mean, we saw Nightfall ATHL games before we even played the games. We already saw a lot of people saying Nightfall, and it's understandable because these guys were top of their tier 2 teams, their tier 2 league. So it's understandable that they have a lot of a lot of supporters. But then, yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. I can see a lot of people in the chat right now. I am seeing Rin. I am seeing Kanana Chan. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the stream.
So are the predictions coming in already?
They are not coming in, man, unfortunately. But we are gonna be coordinating things in the lobby right now, and I am seeing. Yeah. Thanks, man. Okay, so shit. Anyways, apologies, guys. Apologies for everything so far. We will be starting out now, and no time wasted. We need to get straight into the drafts. There is no time to be wasted anymore. Okay, someone says R1. Wow, Rex Nation says R1. Wow, Team Fix got a supporter, Fisayo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing though, okay, except I think Kyrie, I don't think I recognize any of these IDs anymore. It hasn't been that long since the last time I casted on we casted Fake Frauds. Did they like change their roster?
I'm not sure, but I do know that maybe they changed something about it as well, because I am seeing some very interesting lineups here on the side of Hell's Kitchen. I am seeing Martins DC. That is an MCL winners players, by the way, one of our OG members of MCL winners. I am seeing Spectre Prime, Lord Chidoski. If you know anything about Lord Chidoski, you know that Lord Chidoski was once a Johnson main, one-time Nigerian number one Johnson, and OG Phoenix, Kujo as well. If you know anything about Kujo, not the other one, you'd know that one is a Mage main and another one is a Tammuz main. So yeah, that's that about the rundown for Hell's Kitchen's players. And of course, R1 Team Fake, we know Spora Slino, Algoruxi. The bush is safe, which by the way, guys, don't trust that nickname. The bush is not safe.
Yeah.
Choco BB and Kyrie. Yeah, those are very interesting player lineups for both of them. I am going to be handing it over to you, man. Let's see how the draft is going to turn out as we get straight into the draft pick. Yeah,
All
looking.
right. We
Yeah.
are in the lobby now.
Mm-hmm. We are. And of course, Lachidoski starting out the first span here for the side of Hell's Kitchen. I do hope they will hurry things up, because right now time is not on our side. But so far, we are seeing the polls on the chat here. We do have a 50% equal tie when it comes to the poll here. R1 and Hell's Kitchen having equal number of votes, Fisayo. It seems like the people have not made up their mind yet. Equal number of people voting for equal for the body teams. I am very, very impressed, because man, Hell's Kitchen, they do know how to keep up their community. And of course, they now tie things now. Of course, no longer tied. Hell's Kitchen are going to have more votes than Team Fake. R1.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everyone's leaning more towards the kitchen now, right? According to uh the polls, and
Yep.
the bank so far. Uh, the Thermos is something special, though. I think you mentioned that Kujo is a Thermos main, I believe. So yeah, that's a respect band there, just to probably counter Kujo. Then we have the CC also taken out. The CC is very strong, although not not as sustainable as the Yuzong or the Alot, but she's also a very strong zoner. And yeah, the Xing Xing man is out once more. And we also have the Xburg as well. Those are very strong heroes, so nothing wrong with the band so far. The picks are very interesting though. Black, what do you think?
They are interesting. They start now with an Alot here. Hell's Kitchen Phoenix going for that vengeance. You've got that mobility on the Alot. You can quickly do a final slash. You just apply the CC. But that is a flicker Alot, not a petrify Alot. And that is very interesting if you think about it. Because usually, if you see an Alot main, you'd want to go for a petrify on the Alots. But I get the fact that you might want to do some combo and also have something to escape when it comes to serious situation, because Alos is kind of a once you commit, there's no way out kind of hero.
Yeah, indeed. And the flicker gives you like a lot of team fight presence. Everyone will have to start watching out for when it will flicker and use the final slash and things like that. But then we can write out the Yuzong as well with the Black Dragon form. We can dive into the back line, just mess up the formation of the enemy team. And the cleanse. I'm not exactly sure what they want to achieve with this cleanse, but hopefully something will come out. And yep, Lord Chidoski with his main guys. I've finally seen a Johnson here. Hopefully he has his driver's license, I believe. Black.
One time, Nigeria number one Johnson. The license has got to be dusty, but Lochidoski seems to have renewed it recently as he will pick that Johnson again. And now we are seeing Martins DC going for the cleans there as the Maxman and Angela being banned by Hell's Kitchen, and that is an interesting ban. But then they have I want to believe that that's a Roma Gato. Yeah, that's a Roma Gato with the revitalized now. Al Goruxi. Maybe a Zetian pick here. Maybe yeah, he just go for the Zetian, and I like that pick, man. I like that pick.
Yeah, indeed. This team is is choked with CC. I mean, I wouldn't say only R1. Even Else Kitchen's draft is CC. Which word do I use to qualify this? A Karina. A
Mm-hmm.
Karina might be a situation like the what's his name? The Leomod from Zaida. I'm sorry, I forgot his name now.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a situation
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's Spectre Prime's power pick and
Mm,
ending with the Claude. So we are
mm.
going to be expecting some late game like aggression from R1 here. While for Else Kitchen, obviously they own the early game.
Yeah, they own the early game indeed. But then it's all about how you utilize your early, mid, or late game strength. But with that being said, that's going to be completing the draft for both teams. And yeah, by the way, the person you were trying to talk about was Zane with the Leo mod. And 5v5, I like the fact that both teams are looking stylish, despite the fact that we are not using a tournament lobby here. But then Collector on Kyrie, the man is just showing off that skin. But I want to see the polls again. The game is loading and I want to see the polls again. And I am seeing 48 to 52. Hell's Kitchen have lost the people's votes, and now Team Fake, also known as R1, have gotten it back. And we are seeing some people saying Karina How. That's MJ actually. It says Karina. So it says Hell Kitchen's draft. No, okay, everyone is not a fan of Hell Kitchen. Someone says Vision Team YSS and Zetian. Vision Team. That's what they are calling them. YSS and Zetian. Wow, seems like they might have something to the Team Fake R1 would have something to say about that, because they are going to be giving a lot of vision here. Because man, you have the Mountain Shaker, you've got the Fury of the Phoenix. That's good. You can know where they are most of the times at least. Already getting low there, Cujo. It's gonna have to be to recall back to base now. No time to gamble on low HP, but Lachidowski now standing in his place on that mid lane. And we can see Kyrie already onto that lethal. A bit of a slow rotation here and a bit of a slow farming here on the Karina here. Spectral Prime, maybe not in his prime when it comes to jungling those creep early. He's there with Roski, with the rescue as well. They ran. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The revitalize already popped by the bush is safe. They already popped the revitalize here, and they are just keeping their distance. I like the fact that R1 already knows that in the early games they don't have to force the advantage. That thought was almost spawning. I can see Kyrie already at the top lane, though. Dristless defensively is gonna go down to that total as what matters. I love a jungler that knows how to prioritize objective, man, as you should. Mm. Now the total is there. That's doing his job as an EX-player, Choco BB, but then, okay, Sangwai comes to two, and that's gonna be the Darkstars Blades already trying to engage there, but the Black Dragon form already committed Choco BB, giving time for Kyrie, and that's a total taking. But no, they're not done. Kyrie with the first blood, and that's cool. Choco BB getting Kucho in the back. Spectrum Prime next to the chopping block as it falls again. Final slash up to three. Is trying to salvage what's left, but no, Phoenix flickers out onto the tier 1 of the EXP lane. 2 for none and a total taking. R1 are already on a good start. Yarns production, please. They are talking about the game sound. It is not coming out on the stream. Please fix that. Thank you so much, production. And yeah, by the way, we did see Phoenix commit that flicker on that engagement there, but then up top, I am seeing something very interesting. Gang cooking up here. The bush is safe, making sure that bush isn't safe by staying there. The Spectral Prime is already there as well. Now we are seeing Borsalino up top, leaning against Martin. This is supported by Spectral Prime. The Mountain Shaker already down. Full throttle. Will miss Rochi. Don't skip a Cujo. There with the place to duet now. Borsalino. From the Phoenix starts one and Cujo is down. Martins follows him back to base. Now Lochinoski, the airbag is done. No more HP shield. That's how Goriki will find him. Man, these guys, R1, what the heck? They are cooking, but now might be a prime strategy onto Prime. After Thievery melts him down a little bit, but then Unbreakable turns him up, brings him out. Now Prime trying to defend what's left of that tier 1. But meanwhile, down bottom on that EXP lane, it's Choco BB. And Phoenix toughing it out. Alonso passes the Yuzhong, but then full throttle again. Lochidowski might be looking for a next target, maybe his next victim here. He sees one, stuns him up. That's one, but Kyrie already takes down the total R1 with another uncontested objective. That's exactly what we'll talk about. The Mountain Shaker plus the Fury of the Phoenix. And that's the combo that double stun and the follow-up from the Yuzhong. But up top, we are seeing Borsalino under a lot of pressure as Prime will take him down. Of course, the Shadow Assault and the Dance of Death. The Karina is still in the business of taking down solo strays. But down on the mid lane, we are seeing R1 take one turret for another. And they know just exactly how to make it work when it comes to those turret trades. But now Bush is safe, making sure that Bush still isn't safe and staying in position here. Lord Chidoski and Spectral Prime recalling back to base. They need the time. Now Full Throttle comes out. Lord Chidoski searching for his next target here. And on all the other side, now Bush, maybe looking for Kujo here. The pass first, the Sanguine Claws missing out though. They are rotating, but R1 is very selective with their engagement. Yep, there is a pause, and that's probably from the ref. Yep, production, please. They are talking about the game sound production. If we Yep, production, please. They are talking about the game volume. It is pretty low. If we can fix that, please, that would be appreciated. Thank you, production. Yeah, the total has spawned, and right now, this might be another third uncontested total, man.
Red team has slain the turtle.
That's not it did. Fear of the Phoenix. Yeah, things are not looking good for the man there, man. Things are not looking good at all. And Borsalino just taking advantage of the support from his teams. Now Full Throttle comes out from Lochidowski and carrying the Karina. I am very, very curious why he is picking the Karina as his prime passenger here. Well, hey, if it works, it works. But Phoenix now trying to clear the lanes as the Alot. That's the thing about the Alot. Doesn't exactly have that much wave clearing ability. But then Borsalino now rotating up top. Of course, down bottom rather, trying to clear the waves and make sure R1 still have the wave advantage. Meanwhile, the bush is safe, still staying in those bushes and being the thorn of the jungle men. As a Roma should, Fisayo, as a Roma should, as a Roma should. Let's put 3 seconds now to that all spoons, and I am curious. Is Hell's Kitchen gonna keep giving R1 more uncontested objectives, or will Lord Chidowski just keep playing around with the Full Throttle here? But then we are seeing Mountains up top trying to push the lanes here, and they have started the Lord Dance and still no contest. Yeah, okay, maybe a little contest from Phoenix here. He is getting poked hard. Full Throttle is there. Lord Chidowski might be looking for a chance. Yeah, but Full Throttle connects, and now Kyrie's under fire, but he is quick to respond. Prime Force, Lord Chidowski in the midst of it all. Ember comes out to save him, but no. Salino with a blazing duel melts him down as Kujo now will be the last man standing and taken down by Chugo PB and confirms the uncontested objective for Arrow. That's where they can get out of the Lord push indeed. We are seeing Phoenix here trying to stop this load as much as he can, but maybe Kyrie with a flicker from Martins, an early sense of danger. The man knows that Kyrie is dangerous, and as well as Agoruxi, he's got that fear of the Phoenix, but then that's Samurai Cross. AOG dives to the back with the fear of the Phoenix. Follow up there, Agoruxi now, maybe a back dive with a place into the web, but the man knows that the turrets are priority right now when a siege is on and the base is not taken down. No turrets and the base lost, just the outer ones. And of course, R1 taking it slow when it comes to the win.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
That's the usual. That's the black jacket form. Put up toe. Martins. He falls to Kyrie, and now they're going for more. R1 don't know what to stop. But black dragon form wants the back, turns him off. But Chidoski is on the heat. The AOG as well. R1. The pressure is real, and Hell's Kitchen are being crushed under it. Now they retreat. Choco Baby is low, but maybe a response from Lord Chidoski as Spectra Prime will mount the full throttle. Now rotating around the base. Hell's Kitchen, 10 seconds until that Lord. They have to make that move now, if any. But then full throttle will miss. The bush is safe. And 2 more seconds until that Lord spawn. Maybe Lord Chidoski will hit nothing. And yes, he does. And maybe an uncontested objective again.
Red team has slain the Lord.
That's true. The gold matters as well. Look at the scoreboard though. 14-1. R1 taking 14 and Hell's Kitchen only having one person they have taken down, and that person is Rosalie. Yeah, that's not a good score now. Yeah. Yeah, it is, man. It is. No! Kyrie unstoppable, and now the black dragon form now maybe onto the back, but the Lord is there. But Salido doing his thing, just heating away at the base to melt it down, and now Choco BB might make it 42, and yes he does. And R1 maybe on the heat as they make it 1-4-4. The base is down, and R1 will take game 1. It's Team Fake, and of course they know how to make it real in game 1.
Yeah, indeed, they really know how to make it. I mean, they made the we can see the chocos on the Clint and the Cecilian. I mean, these are heroes that normally you'd be afraid to go up against. But yeah, we can see they really chocoed them. And yeah, every time we really need to give kudos to the Romans. Obviously, I mean, those AOGs, the avatar of the Guardians, they were all on point. I don't think he missed any particular one without knocking up at least 2 of the enemies. And with combination of Fury of the Phoenix and Mountain Shaker, that's like a sure kill there before even the Yuzong comes in. I mean, the Yuzong is supposed to like engage, but they are really making things easy for him by landing all those CCs and making sure that the user comes in real quick. Comes in and does his own thing by lowering the enemy's HP, and yeah, Kyrie just doing the cleaning up, and Gato Kacha just said it at the beginning that we shouldn't trust him. Those bushes
Wherever this cloud dips,
definitely
new
unsafe.
stories are sure to unfold.
Well, it was a very interesting game, that's for sure. I will say that. And that's game one, guys. Well, look at the polls right now. I am seeing 62% to 38%. Wow, that is interesting, man. That is interesting.
big dreams
R1
too, right?
there with
I can see
more
it in your
votes than
eyes.
Hell's Kitchen, and Hell's Kitchen keep losing votes. It is 63 to 37% now. Fisayo, looks like the people are more convinced that R1 is just the better team when it comes to this fixture tonight. But yeah, what do you think Hell's Kitchen can actually do to change things in game 2? Because that's what matters.
A sandstorm may slow us down, but it can never stop our spirit.
Yep.
I don't think anyone else in that composition could have gone with the Johnson except that Karina. And you don't want your jungler in that kind of, especially an assassin jungler that is squishy. You don't want them in that kind of situation. I mean, the Sicilian needs range, the Clint needs range. You don't want your marksman also in the midst of team fight, and the Alot as well needs to come in with the Johnson, not in the Johnson. So yeah, if two of your frontliners going at the same time and they actually get busted, the one at the backline is going to do. So they need to work hand in hand, but yeah, not Johnson, definitely. Maybe they should probably try another Roma and obviously change the jungler.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there, man. Well, maybe try another Roma, maybe try something maybe a Hylos. You know, you don't have to play the Johnson, man. I get it that you want to play the Johnson. Yeah, it's your main. Everyone knows that you've got some level of fame with it, right? But if it doesn't synergize with the comp, then there's no need. Because if you think about it, the Johnson didn't really have any kind of hero there that could really synergize with him. We could go with Johnson Odette. We could go with Johnson, maybe Johnson. Yeah, we could go something like that.
With any of the heroes.
Yeah, we could do something like that. But a Johnson Karina, that's pretty, that's pretty new. That's not something we've seen all the time. And it wasn't really as effective because when he goes with a Johnson and he hits, usually most of the time, Prime just ends up leaving him in the fray. And then Lochidoski just uses the sprint and tries to run away. Airbag comes up, the shield is there, but still he falls. And we need to kind of review that strategy that Hell's Kitchen is bringing here to check that and tell them that, look, I know you want to play those heroes you are good at, but still consider synergy. And that's what I personally think Hell's Kitchen should fix in their game 2 if they want to stand a chance against R1. Okay, so someone says in the comment here that that's
yeah, definitely. And picking the Karina though, immediately I saw the Karina, what came to my mind was like, oh, probably another power pick like Zane. And now that you mentioned, now that we've mentioned the synergy stuff, I think they probably put this stuff into practice. I don't know, but just my assumption, they probably put it into practice in some scrims and round games and things like that. But this is MHP. Teams here are on another level entirely. I mean, this is a tournament that's going to be like the face of Nigerian, higher levels of coordination and counters and things like that. You can't pick heroes like Karina into something like a Gato Kacha or a Yuzong, that you know that if you try to dive in, these people are going to like CC you to death. So and you saw Phoenix armament where you can't even go in safely without getting pushed back every I think 2 minutes or so. So
yeah, that statement there, CC to death. That is actually pretty interesting there, because if you think about it, they had the Mountain Shaker, they had the Fury of the Phoenix, they had the the Black Dragon form, they still had the Fury dive. it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and if you are else kitchen, you want to do something about that, and that's
Yeah,
exactly
it's a
what
lot.
they have. They have taken out the YSS, and now we don't have the YSS anymore. So everyone's gonna say, hey, look, the YSS worked really well, but now it's banned. We gotta think of something else that gonna work just as effectively, but then doesn't change that much when it comes to team synergy.
Light me up and watch
Yeah, we will see a funny though.
We might get to see. I am open to that. Hey, if anyone can pull it off, maybe R1 can.
Let them play
Yeah. So okay, yeah, and they took out the Yuzong as well. I mean, they probably they are dreading the Yuzong right now, and Phoenix didn't exactly have the best of times against Choco PB last match. I mean, he and the Bushy Stiff were just styling. And what is wrong with this guy? I mean, we need to look check into his mentality. Why is he playing the annoying heroes? And he brought out another undead hero now, or
Yeah, if you're
undying
gonna take
hero
down
rather.
the Ali, if we're gonna take down the allies, hey, we've got an ally. If we're gonna take you down, you young. We've got the allies here. If you take down the allies, maybe you might play something else that might be very annoying as well. But still, I like Choco BB really showing his pool of heroes that he can use that are not just annoying but can also zone you out. Because trust me, an Alice can be very, very threatening. But Spectra Prime is responding with a Freya jungle. Now that's interesting. This is the first time Freya pick, guys. By the way, this is the first time we are seeing a Freya pick in the MHP. Oh, fact base. This is also the first time we are seeing a Kadita in the MHPL. So fact base here. That is now okay. Agoruxi is still sticking with the Setian. That's interesting.
I mean, the Zetian really worked for him. So yeah, and I think the Zetian is also a very strong pick actually. You have the vision, you have the Phoenix armament, and you have the little pushback, and even the slow from the skill 2 and the pushback from the third form of the S1, paired with the, I mean, these guys, their synergy, the heroes they are picking, the synergies are insane. I mean, Choco BB goes in, uses the Throne of Ruin. Agoriti uses Fury of the Phoenix, and the Bushy Safe just use.
Yeah. It does have a lot of combo now, doesn't it? When it comes to synergy, they've got it in store. R1, they know exactly what they're doing. And now Choco BB, Algoruxi, the Bushy Safe, Borsalino. I'm pretty sure he's gonna pick a marksman that can combo with these guys, but that's a Grok ban from the side of R1. That's pretty valid, you know. Grok can be very nasty, Fisayo.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it can separate you from your team if you try to go in too far. The growth is going to like mess up the Alice a lot if they actually let it through, and Else Kitchen actually picked it. But yeah, they're trying to go for the. Hopefully, they don't go for the Terrorisla, because the Terrorisla is not actually. Oh, okay, maybe the Terrorisla might just be able to survive those chain CCs and hold on long enough. And yeah, going for a fighter jungle, Else Kitchen. I think they are trying to switch things up right now, so hopefully it works for them. And yeah, if there's anyone that can survive those chances, like we mentioned, it's probably the Teresa with the body of Smith. But with this new meta, I've heard someone say it before, so I'm going to like quote the person, quote unquote, or say it in my own way, paraphrase, that this new meta is too fast paced for a hero like Teresa to like catch up. I mean, before you join the team fight, probably is already over. So OG is going to be like doing a lot of anticipating for him to have some level of influence in this game now. But paired with the Atlas, yes. Now this is the synergy that we are talking about. This is the synergy that we are talking about. The Atlas uses the fatal links, and the Teresa just goes in with the penalty zone and locks them in. The Freya can just use her ult, and yeah, everyone just comes in on them. But if we're talking about the draft, definitely I'll still have to go with the R1's draft. I mean, they have the CC, they have the damage, while everyone is still messing with the continuous CC. The Joy can just dance around them. I don't think there's, except the Atlas, I don't think there's anyone that can like counter the Joy here. What do you think, Black?
Yeah, I personally think Irithel can be problematic for Joy in the sense of the Richard in a sprint. I remember the heavy crossbow actually grants her some speed boost. Plus, she's got a sprint there as well for those slow immunity. So yeah, I think Kyrie is gonna have a pretty tough time if Martins know what he's doing on the Irithel. And also, yeah, they do have a very great synergy there. I mean, you can execute it as such. Ravzil goes in with a fatal link. Then you have Phoenix hit with a penalty zone, and then of course the Ocean Ood and the Breath of the Ocean follow up from Kujo with the Petrify, and of course for the cleanup, Mattis dives in, and yeah, Spectral Prime as well on cleanup duty with that Valkyrie Descent and the Spirit combo. But up top, we are seeing Ravzil here, maybe poking out the bush is safe. You know, for someone that his nickname is the bush is safe, he seems to stay in the bush quite a lot, Fisayo.
Yeah, I mean, he's just staying true to his name. The bush is safe for his teammates, but it is unsafe for the enemy team, if you think of it like that.
Yeah, yeah, see for the enemy team, it's dead. But that's the Ocean Hood now with the Breath of the Ocean. Kujo maybe finding an early peel here on the mid lane onto the bush is safe. But then we are seeing Rapsil now almost half HP. The man's gotta be careful though, because man, he needs to be very, very wary of the bush is safe. And of course, Algoruxi on the mid lane there. I've seen his half HP. Perfect match, stuns him up. That's nothing major there. Both of them just keeping their distance. And Algoruxi trying to peel Kujo and Rapzil at the same time. Both of them having to recall, but this might be an invade from the bush is safe. But no, R1 knows how to pick their fights.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that if their jungler was around, I'm sure they would have gone for that engage because they clearly saw the Atlas and the Kadita going back to base, so that was like the perfect time for them to engage. But probably because that jungler was nowhere near. Yeah, and there's a gang cooking down. But is the bush is safe? Is he online right now? He might be going down. Okay.
The space stomp defensively. Valkyrie descent, and that's first blood onto him. But now electrifying bits. Kyrie is forced to get away, but his spirit combo and no leap of faith to chase him down, and he will fall. Kyrie, the jungler, is down, and of course early game respawn times are low, so he's going to be back again, but they do have a head start. 2-0-0. Spectral Prime's KDA is looking good.
Yeah, indeed, definitely better than the last match, but let's hope they can hold on to this lead right now because this thought is already going to them.
Oh my god, Kyrie with a steal with a 3-man penalty zone right there, and they will respond. Rapsil falls, Choco with a double, and now Kujo being chased down. Choco with a flicker there with a doom out, but not enough to take him out. Kujo is able to survive. Jesus, what was that? What was that total steal, man?
Yeah, I mean, probably Spectra was not expecting Joy to be there at the time, but I'm not exactly appalled at the total steal. I mean, that's just a regular day in the jungle. You try to outsmart the enemy jungler, but that engage after that, something definitely went wrong because Hell's Kitchen went in first. I saw all Aaron's health bar going low, only for the Fury of the Phoenix to come out, and that changed the whole dynamics of the game. I mean, everyone got busted down like real fast.
Yeah, gonna be the reaction time on these T2 teams, man. Rapsil now, he is really trying to give Martin's vision, but he might not come out of this one alive if he does walk into that one. But yeah, instinct will tell him the truth and say stay out of this one, man. Oh, okay, Breath of the Ocean now. Yeah, born only onto the minion waves though. They are just rotating and trying to give the least vision they can. Both teams are just staying apart. 40 seconds to this lower than Spectral Prime already has one dead, tainting that KDA up. But Kyrie might be waiting for him here. Spectral Prime, maybe an engagement to 3-man. They are waiting there. Ocean Old with the Breath of the Ocean, a leap of faith. Kyrie escapes with a bit of joy. Valkyrie descent already committed. Now Ramsey. Mino and Fury, he committed in. Now Martin's trying to go for the clean. Now Spectral Prime takes out Mino. And now Borsalino. Martins wins it out. And of course he does. Ramsil chasing down Algoruxi. And somehow Hell's Kitchen find a 1-for-none. Jesus, that team fight absolutely profitable as the total will spawn.
Yeah, taking out the marksman this early in the game, that's got to be value. I mean, it's actually very valid, but I don't think they really planned that engage, but it worked out for them in the end. So yeah, no complaints there. Let's hope they keep this up if they want to win this match actually.
Kyrie now maybe coming in with that electrifying beat. The man may be looking for an opportunity here, but he has lost the rhythms though. And now the total now being reset by Spectral Prime. They are waiting it out. Bush is safe as well. He does have that minimum fury, but doesn't have the flicker though. So he might have to rely on what range he has left. Kyrie now, maybe an electrifying beat out to him. He has stolen it before and he does it again. And the minimum fury knocks 3 up and of course to the back line. Spectral Prime makes Posalino pay. Turn of ruin onto the back. Choco BB pressuring Martins as he won't take him down now. Spectral Prime is gonna fall. Kyrie puts him down. Revenge for taking him out the first time. Now OG Phoenix, he's used the flicker now. It's gonna walk into the safety now. Okay, executioner strike trying to melt down Choco BB though. You're gonna have to be very careful. There's gonna be him retreating. Pick your battles. But down bottom, Kyrie looks like he might be pushing that T1 down, but though R1, they don't want to retreat, they don't want to hold back, they still want to pressure that mid lane. They want one turret to go down at least. But we are seeing Martins now already committed that heavy crossbow, but Kyrie doesn't want to commit either. They are just keeping their distance and picking their fights very well. But Kujo, okay, nothing serious.
Oh my god, that's just some insane thing from Kujo.
Yeah, that was diabolical, man. The Ocean Ode with the breath of the ocean and the Petrify, locking him down, and Algoruxi sent back to base. But down bottom, Martins, he is going to push that tier 1, but now has to refill from that action because right now he is being pincered. So far, the Bush is safe, really doing a good job, really, bring that front line that he needs. But then Spectral Prime is there. The man has already revealed himself, but I think it's going to be pointless to try to hide yourself after you've revealed yourself again. But up top, we are seeing Phoenix. That's a DBZ, a defensive penalty zone. But down bottom, Rapsil, Fatal Links brings them back, and then we know Fury for the follow-up now. Oh, heavy crossbow, but no, Martins, he stays back. No use to commit there. The back already sell. Kyrie onto the back again, and it's trying to chase down Spectral Prime. The Bush is safe, trying to catch up. That's the little one Crystal. Defensively for Fate, a flicker from Algoruxi. You need to get away, heavy crossbow. But the armor man is pushing back Martins. Martins is trying to take him down, but Kyrie makes him pay for overextending. Meanwhile, up top, Phoenix versus Choco. They're gonna keep their distance now. That's what matters. But then the Crimson Gleam wants to take out the minions. He wants to cut the lanes. And so far, the total being taken for once an uncontested manner. As Choco BB will still push it lock, and that's exactly what an Alice can do. Penalty zone connected to him might not be something that pays. Leap of faith defensively, but maybe a minimum fury. He does have it though. Pressuring him, electrifying beats for slip of faith. That's a defensive one. Spectral Prime picking his fights. And that's exactly what we've seen Hell's Kitchen doing all along. Three of the Phoenix comes as the 4-man storm. Fatal Links. That was a wrong Fatal Links from Rapsil to the Ruin. Pressures them up. But no. That's to the back. Kyrie, that's to the back. Posalino fights Rapsil there. Again, taking the damage. Good job. Force the Choco BB, and the pressure is still being applied. Now Phoenix 1v5 flickers out, but a flicker cannot save you. Meanwhile, down bottom, Martins pushing the lanes and trying to go for a split push. If they will lose the team fight and the objective, they can at least take the turret through split push, man.
Yeah, but then again, they're also losing turrets, so we need to keep this in mind. And Hell's Kitchen's pattern of play right now is okay, if we are kind of losing out, if we are behind, just send Martins somewhere else, up the top or the bottom, to try and push lane on the other side and recall Rookie before they can get him. And this pattern of play actually, would I say, I wouldn't say it actually paid off because they didn't win the last match, but yeah, R1 caught on to what they were doing and they were able to take out Martins twice. But yeah, the Alice is in okay, he's off to safety. Yeah, as you can see, he's on the other side again. Martins is on the other side again, trying to push the whole thing. And yeah, that is the Terizla as well, trying to give Martins vision that okay, the enemies are coming now, you need to recall and things like that. But yeah, I won't say the pattern is bad. I mean, it pressures the enemy as well to take care of their lanes. So yeah, kudos to both teams right now, the way they are playing. But respect to R1. I mean, those engages are the communication between them shows that it is top notch. They are really communicating well because they every time they engage, they don't leave empty handed.
Yep, they don't leave empty-handed. A trade or two, an objective, or maybe at least they do make sure they try to steal if they are not dominating. I'm still with a flicker, 2-man, Feder links and a penalty zone follow up. Hell's Kitchen. They shuts down Kyrie. Phoenix picks up a double and pushes safe, takes out one. Joko Baby is unstoppable. R1 fights back. And now they say you can't just do that to us 2 for 2 and a load being taken. Somehow the tides have turned and Hell's Kitchen are the ones retreating from that engagement as Martins would have to go back into safety.
I mean, sorry, I'm stuttering a bit there. So just unfortunate. I mean, seeing those continuous knock up from that Lord fight there. The time that the Atlas pulled everyone with the fatal links just had to be the time that the Lord's skill with the knock up comes out. So even the Atlas got knocked up, his skill got cancelled a bit, and the Borsalino, I saw him fly like way up. That was like continuously being CC'd in a way. So Borsalino was not able to actually do anything there. I think that was one of the reasons that won them that fight. But there's an engage though.
Martins DC, of course, slain by Kyrie. And now a marksman gone. They're going to need the DPS to melt down the lanes that are coming against them. And of course, the waves as well, the minions, a cannon minion, one left there, Algoruxi, making sure he farms off it. And right now, R1 are looking for the perfect opportunity to set up an engagement here that might take them that base turret. And the Lord, 80 seconds already melted down by Hell's Kitchen. They are making sure they prioritize the minion waves that are entering their base turret as a source of farm. But it looks like this Minotaur has other plans, man.
Yeah, it's just making sure that the bush is safe for his team, and the bush is definitely unsafe for the enemy team. But yeah, this is like a step up from the last game. I mean, now they are giving R1 some rethinks. They are not as dominant as the last match. So yeah, we can say they've improved a bit on their gameplay. But yeah, Chocobaby on this Alice. I love it when XP Lane as one of the highlights of the match. And we can see the Kadita, Kujo, Black. Can you see Kujo?
He's just waiting for his next target. And Choco BB now, Crimson Gleam outwards, though. Okay, Phoenix, okay, Kyrie coming in, maybe an electrifying beat, maybe push is safe, there's a Disperse Stomp, or penalty zone, you stop people without a fatal links, I respect that. Then on the back, oh, Kujo, fighter Goruxi, and Rapsil onto the back, fatal links not used up yet, but meanwhile, on the other side, there's the Throne of Ruin, stuns Martins up, and the heavy crossbow to get away, it's a 3-on-2, and a Disperse Stomp flick out of the festive leap of faith, touch me, no one Fury, but no, another Disperse Stomp. And that will be them. Now Fatal Link pulls the Alice in, but then the flick away. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a counterproductive move for Phoenix. He will get taken down at that Lord spawning. You can tell that R1 don't want to take any risk when it comes to objectives.
Yeah, I mean, they've gotten everything that they could have gotten from that fight. So definitely let's go for the objective next. And yeah, OG Phoenix flickering in, probably that was a misclick or something, or just got greedy. But him flickering in, oh my god. Him using that flicker to kind of like re-engage in that team fight was just counterproductive, like I said. But then again, they are on Spectra again. I mean, he can't even farm in his own jungle. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that's like the classic R1 gameplay where they just zone the enemy jungler out of his own jungle and make sure that the man doesn't have anything to play. But it's past 10 now, and of course I really want these guys to end the game as soon as possible to make it 2-0. And better luck next time for Hell's Kitchen, of course. Then the siege is here. Let's see if they can actually defend against it. Kyrie, maybe getting pressured here by Spectra Prime. But then they are taking their time here now, trying to go for another fight. Beat touches the ocean. Oh, then a fatal links up to Choco. BB brings it back and a follow up there with the penalty. So trying to raises 3 up, and of course they're gonna follow up Kyrie with a double, and Borsalino is unstoppable. 3 members down, and the penalty zone on 2-4. That is gonna be Phoenix trying to fight back, but Borsalino gets a double. Martins cannot defend as the game 2 will go to R1. Team Fake.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything else left to be said anymore except that this team, they showed up. Sorry about that. They showed up, made a statement, and yeah, here we are, 23-9. 23-9. These guys, they don't take prisoners. They don't take prisoners at all.
They don't, man. They don't take any prisoners at all. Yep, that is gonna be the game 1 for today that we are streaming. Now move on to tier 1 games, right? This was a tier 2 game we just witnessed, and now we're going on to tier 1 games. Which is supposed to happen right now. This is supposed to happen right now. So it's Darkstars versus Shinigami. And if you know anything about these guys, you know that these guys are going to give us a show. I'm excited. And of course, I know you're excited. And yeah, looking at the final polls before we conclude on the games. At the end of the day, the final polls were 62% for R1 and 38% for Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, in the end, R1 had double the number of votes against Hell's Kitchen. So I guess we can conclude on who in the end was the better team when it comes to the people's hearts, votes, and in terms of the win.
Yeah, I mean, they won the game and they won people's heart as well. You know, the situation where they say you won the match or you won the fight but lost the war did not apply to them here. They won the fight and they won the war as well.
Yep, they did win both now, didn't they? And I am seeing some very interesting comments here. I am seeing some people say
It's because they're not
how
afraid to
Atlas
fall.
escaped bronze. These people, I don't even know. I genuinely don't even know what to say at this point, man. But still, though, someone says at this point, Terisla has more damage than Irithel. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop engaging the comments now. You guys need to take a chill pill. And another person says Kadita only won with damage. Say lack of damage. Alice isn't all that. I beg. There's just a lot of someone says which damage them get with Alice they fear.
Together with
I can see Minx
Florian,
Allen saying
we'll turn
fraudulent
these dunes into a
activities.
flourishing
And someone says
oasis.
this Atlas makes me want to cry. Wow, that's enough for one night. Okay, guys, Darkstars was a Shinigami. That's exactly what we're getting straight into. No time wasted. We are gonna go on a short break, and when we return, we are going to bring Darkstars vs Shinigami to you in the draft. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 5 minutes break. Thank you. um our Atlas pulled. Let's say Atlas. Let's say Atlas pulled everyone. He said
Mm.
pull only two people, not everyone. I just the correct the caster. That statement he made there, I will remember that statement and I'll go and rewatch that thing and I'll go and check if that thing and I will find that guy and I will tag him. I don't. There's some
Wow.
silly things that I don't let slide.
So
There's some
it's
silly things.
correcting the customer.
Like how many times did he even correct me?
To me.
You
Your
see, I
team
just
is
decor. I think this guy is from ML9 because I have haters in ML9. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I,
Mm.
I know I have haters. I have
Let
haters. I
them
know.
play the
I know.
hero.
Just to try and
I'm
make you
the
look
truth this
unprofessional.
world
Don't mind them.
desperately
That's the
needs.
work. That's the plan. Start please. If you can hear me, please patch us live, so that we can start. They have started the draft pick. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ.
Fight.
So the
That's
enemy.
the ultimate answer. Is banning.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we are switch to the draft, please. Switch to the draft pick. Switch to the draft. Okay, guys. Ignore everything you heard. If you ignore everything you heard, that was not any. That was not for your ears. Okay, that was
Pain
different.
is
That
the
was a
proof
different
that I'm
situation there.
still
But yeah,
alive.
we are in the tier one game. Of course, it's Darkstars versus Shinigami, and no time wasted. Straight to the draft. So I'm looking at a very interesting draft here. We are seeing a 1-1 ban,
Only
a
love
broody
at
ban.
night
Your team
will
Wow,
is picking.
everlasting.
that's interesting.
Yeah, respect bands probably for both MMs and I don't know. Is it just me or the Brody is not as popular as he used to be? I don't know. Brody is not as popular as he used to be, but the one though is definitely one of those heroes that stays consistent no matter the meta. This hero, if you let her fly, definitely yeah, she's going to be dropping bodies and your team is going to like lose out a lot.
Souls
But
remain.
oh my
Your
god,
team
the
is
Shing
Fall.
picking.
Shing man. This is the first time. I don't know, probably maybe in one of the
Yep,
things
it's me,
streams I didn't join, but it's the first time I've probably seen the Shing Shing man coming through, not being banned out. But yeah, we have
What
another
time is it? It's audit time!
very annoying hero on the enemy side as well. That's Shinigami. We have the Joy and Dunk Dipsy on the Lilia.
Your team is
If
third.
if we all know how the Lilia works, we know that early game pressure on the Lilia is very insane. When she gets those gloom bombs going, I mean she can start dealing huge damage right from early game. So I think early game is leaning more towards Dark Star
Mhm.
side, while just try and hold on till mid to late game because that's when most of their powers. The hero that they picked right now, that's when they start spiking. And yeah, the glue. How did they let the glue go through? How?
Chivalry is dead, and
Your
I
team
will
is
revive it.
banning.
Well, they must have missed that one. Lidox already taking the glue, and I am seeing Elijah Tori on the stream chat. It's Carl. Hello, Carl. How you doing? Welcome to MLBB stream tonight. It is me and Fisayo casting, and it is honor having you on the stream. Welcome. And yeah, I am seeing a lot of people saying we will not ignore. Guys. Look, it was a first
Your
star. Yeah,
team
Mix
is
Allen.
picking.
I am angry with you. We will settle this later. That one is not. That one is small. Okay, yeah, I am seeing just people here locking down the Xbog. That's Xbog is actually pretty cool. If you ask me, you've got the Firaga armor, it can be very annoying on the back line with the last insanity, and also Camille Levi going for the joy and Apostle going for a Sicilian. In terms of DPS, I think Sinigami's got it covered. So,
I'm the power of
oh,
light
that's a
incarnate.
Kaja. That's a first time Kaja. Lucifer breaking the history. First time picking a Kaja in Mhpl. That's interesting, Fisayo.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. And out of context, we can see a retribution on the Kaja. I wonder what kind of dark system bro is fighting for him to have gone jungle Kaja.
My kiss
Hmm.
Oh my
will
god.
Yeah,
grant
we heard
immortality
later.
or
He heard
death.
us. Bro must be dealing. Dark system must be really dealing with him because I mean Kaja jungle. That's just insane, bro. But yeah, sustain. If we have to go for sustain, yeah, Shinigami has mad sustain, and they even took out one hero that can like counter this tanky hero, which is the X Borg. I wanted to say earlier that who does the Xbox want to go for? Like, who does he want to kill here? Because we have Lancelot with the immunity on his S2. We have Lilia with the black shoes. She can just null all damage and go back to uh full health and things like that. And the glue is also tanky as well. Not going to go down that easily. But seeing them combine it with Gatokacha and Alice, I think Shinigami's draft wins this
I
one.
am seeing the comments here, and Elijah Tori is asking, what's the full meaning of MHPL? It's ML Professional League, and there are two tiers. There's the tier 1 teams, the top teams, and the tier 2 teams. They're, the professional teams, but not on the same level as the tier 1 teams. Both of them have got their own individual prize pool. I can also see Jared Gaming here, which, by the way, is the CEO of Real Time Productions. Shout out to Jared as well. I can see Coney Black, squad leader of Omega Esports, and yeah, I am seeing Mix Allen apologizing. Yeah, it's fine, man. I can let it slide now. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, we are into game 1, Shinigami versus Darkstars, and I am really excited to see what these guys have got for us as tier 1 teams. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a joy seeing Kaja. Kaja is one of those heroes that you don't see people play often, but when you see one that can play it well, I mean, it's always a thing of joy to see. And we can see the heli poke on the Gatokacha coming from the Lilia. Yeah, and the Gatokacha had to probably revitalize early, so we can see that the damage from the Lilia is not something to joke about, even in the early game. And from what we all know, the Gatokacha doesn't exactly deal well with magic damage, so having the Lilia on the team actually will help Darkstars.
Definitely will. Production, by the way, please, if we could change the poll on the chat so that people can drop their predictions, that would be pretty helpful. We can see Blaze just really making it difficult for Boye to farm those minion waves and zoning him out. But that Firaga ammo comes in handy in situations like this. He loses it again. Wow, that's really difficult for him. Not a field day for Boye on the EXP lane. But we are seeing Lucifer pressure Kamiliva here, but now he gains level 4. You know what that means? It's electrifying beats, and Lucifer might be the first pop of flicker for the outplay. And no, you don't. Kamiliva will find the first blood in. Shinigami are already making their mark in the early game.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tier 1. He told me something. Black told me something off stream. He said, I'd probably be 4, or maybe you guys heard. He said this is tier 1. You don't expect to see like full dominance or things like that earlier. And yeah, this is Kamiliva just punishing Lucifer for overextending into his jungle. So, but yeah, they're going to convert on the turtle right now. I don't think nope, he doesn't have a chance. Oh, it's something, but no.
The late Phantom execution with a turn of Ruin Nero. He finds him and the last is down, and now with a stick, Lindox is applying the pressure there. But now 1v4, he's gonna have to run to safety now, and yes, he does. The sprint is active, the jungle being invaded, and Shinigami are doing everything they can to make sure the early game is in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, the decision making on this level is definitely different. We take the turtle, we have the advantage, the shielding from the turtle probably gave them a bit of an edge in that team fight, because they just went back in, and yeah, there's an engage up top with the
last insanity with a flicker.
The Fraga
Okay, can see the man is low as getting. Oh, Lucifer! Able to find one, and he doesn't even have the divine judgment yet. The man is already doing numbers here now. Kamiliva maybe gonna attempt here. No, Kamiliva is taking a lot of damage here, and the Sanguine Claws will storm him up now. Lucifer looking for a chance for execution, but Kamiliva able to get away. No, he dies back in. Electrifying beats, defensive AOG, and Kamiliva finds JD last insanity. Kamiliva with a double kill. How? This guy was about to retreat, but he came back again and said, no, the blade is what you need. Damn.
I'm not going to lie. That was some very questionable decision. That was a very questionable invade. That was a very questionable ult, in fact, from Lucifer. I mean, your damage dealers are not around. I don't think Shady right now has enough damage to take down this Joy, because not only is he
Yeah.
out leveled, he is also out farmed as well. So, oh, there's an engage up top. Just the boy has been taken down. But we also have to talk about the shutdown on Camilera as well. And this tot is probably going to go uncontested. I don't think they can do anything without a jungler.
They are trying to delay already. Crimson Gleam, okay, with the sort of Ruben AOG. Cassie dives into the back now. Has to get away though. Lucifer has got that divine judgment. He's holding out on it now. Even waiting for the flicker, but then Camille Levi diving back and forth with a rhythm of joy. But they know the Tortoise already lost, and Darkstars have one on their favor now. Lucifer maybe looking for a chance. Cassie without Unbreakable charging up, and no, they will choose to retreat and just keep their distance. Now Lucifer trying to make sure that mid lane wave is cleared up and Don Deep Sea is covered for while he's rotating up to the EX lane as he pokes Nero now with the Shadow Energy. Crimson Gleam, get away. Don Deep Sea still applying the pressure here. Nero is taking a lot of magic damage, but the slam with the pass Lidox as well. That's one advantage of the glue, man. You can just keep spamming your slam as much as you can. But we are seeing Lucifer overextend a little bit here. And onto the mid lane, he will rotate and just be Boye as well up top. Not really having a good time against Blaze. It's a shield thing and a debuff as well. Now Shady, he comes in to support 1v2. Falling Star Moon dives in, and last Infinity already committed there by Boye. Now melting down, Blaze not taken down, brought back there by the Fire Stakes. And that's going to be the follow-up there, Shady. Quantum Execution defensively. AOG on the back and dives in. No! Can't do. Kessie finds himself in the midst of three. And it's a 1v3, maybe a counterproductive move, and will not be taken down easy. Still bones to grant him the sustain, but Lucifer puts him down finally. And so far, Darkstars, okay, Falling Star Moon place is not done. He dives into the base and turrets. And Paragamo will be lost by Boye though. They have to keep their distance and they have to make sure they protect this tier 1. But can't they don't see choosing to retreat and pull back for now until that auto spawns?
Yeah, I mean, they need to focus their attention on the thought right now. They can't afford to be distracted or lose out on this thing, because this last thought, I think both of them have one thought under their belt now. So this last thought is probably going to like decide the direction that this match is going to go. I wouldn't say like fully decide, but it's going to give one side an advantage over the other. And yeah, they are invading the jungle now. Lucifer.
Taking a lot of damage there. Sanguine Claws, boom, trying to melt. Okay, no. Lucifer is able to get. Oh, Falling Star Moon dive into the back place. And now they will take the Toro Shady. Darkstars get another neutral objective. And of course, Camille Levi for fitting that one there. I think that was on purpose, Fisayo.
Yeah, he was low. I think Lucifer invaded his jungle and poked him a bit. Okay. I think he will be safe.
Boye might not have a front time there, but on Deep Sea already using the black shoes earlier though. And now Camille Levi jumps in, now electrified beat on Deep Sea is falling. And Blaze is not close by, as that will be the taunt now. Kessie onto Lucifer. He's got that divine judgment. Down bottom, we are seeing Shady. He might be invading the jungle here. If this counts as an invade, they might run into Camille Levi soon though. Puncturing out Thundros as well. And Camille Levi is just interested in clearing the lanes. Meanwhile, on that mid lane, both Nero and Lucifer are just trying to sustain as much as they can in the front lines, but Shady versus Camille Levi down bottom there. Retribution committed on his end. Shady don't Rose outplays him. And now Camille Levi already using that electrifying beats, and Shady now. Okay, Nero dives in with the Crimson Gleam onto Lidox. It's a sustained battle of the Glue versus the Alice. Now the grab slams him up, draws him to the turret there, and Lidox is just trying to make sure Nero falls. But he can't. The Alice is has a lot of sustain there. But on that mid lane though, we are seeing Lucifer, Sanguine Claws getting poked with the bad piece and the bad impact. But that's a defensive one. It gets into the top turrets there. On Deep Sea as well, poking out with that Shadow Energy. And both teams are just doing an excessive amount of peel onto each other, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what we've said earlier about tier one teams being on a different level entirely. Both teams are not. They are kind of aggressive, but it's kind of like a structured aggressiveness where if we are going, we want to. Okay, Camileva is jumping on Esmeralda right now,
But
and they
she
put out
can't.
the blade.
Yeah, she can't, man. She can't take that much damage. Camileva is so intentional on this Joy. But then we are seeing Don Deepsy here. He's got that black shoes so he can melt as much as he can. Boy, last insanity takes down Don Deepsy. And the Lord is still there, not taking yet. But Camileva might have some intentions here onto Shady. It's none for two. Now Kessie, Sanguine Claws disrupting, but that's it turns now, bringing Lidox back. Lidox, okay, sprint already committed. Camileva dives in to find Beats, was gonna let Lidox go. The Lord is there, and that's where his attention should be concentrated at. And now we are seeing Lucifer here. He's got that divine judgment falling star moon. Please dives in. Consider that with the unbreakable as well. Shady is trying to go for a load steal potentially, but they are not making it easy for him. Nero is there. The Lord is being taken by Darkstars and Shinigami as well. Should they clear? Should they take the Lord? I think they're starting to get a little bit confused. And now they will leave the Lord and start out the wavelet.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing that the enemy is just trying to like bait you out to do something as well. And yeah, we can see Shady actually brought back. Oh, the mid lane is getting rowdy. Oh, Throne of Ruin in the middle with the AOG.
Committed already, 2 resource spent, and now Lidox is in the midst of it all. Thundros as well. He's gonna get away with the split. Now Camileva, man's getting a bit enthusiastic with those kills there, but he's gonna cool it off because that load is still there. And if he gets taken down, that will make it easier for Darkstars to get the load. So you gotta be very careful on how you commit in an engagement. Now we see him rotating down bottom. Camilleva's positioning is very interesting here. But Unbreakable will make stunting the minions up instead. Lidox with the slam and the pass has to get away now. Being peeled by Apostle. And notice that they don't actually have a marksman on Shinigami, and which is actually very interesting because they also don't have a marksman on Darkstars. No marksman on both ends. Just sustain and just DPS, magic DPS here. We are looking at a very interesting lineup. What's with the no marksman rule? Was it set previously? But on Deep Sea here, poking out, we are seeing another 1v1 between both junglers down bottom. Shady able to get away, but Camileva says no. The third rose is not enough. As if you put him down, it's a jungler 1v1 down bottom. And Boye now trying to poke Don Deepsy. Don Deepsy's got that black shoes. The Sanguine Claws. Not enough time. Last is City now, able to take him down. Just be Boye. We'll make sure that he falls. Now, let us play Stam and the split there. Will fall again. Takami Levi and Shinigami have taken 3, clearing the way for an uncontested Lord as Lucifer and Blaze will be the last man standing for Darkstars.
Yeah, I think both teams right now are just playing on their sustain, and Shinigami have shown them that we have more sustain than you, and we have like a more let's say like burst or continuous damage. Immediately Don Deepsy got taken out. I mean, they lost I believe they lost most of their burst damage, and it's also unfortunate that Shady also got taken out in the bot lane as well. So the only thing they have now is just like continuous damage, while Apostle is still alive on the side of Shinigami to like bust them down, and instead of just be Boy just applying those overheat stacks, and yeah, turned out for them in the end.
Oh my god, the AOG with a split and a grab. Jesus. Lidox almost got outplayed there, but Boye comes in, fights on Team Set. It's a full-on team fight. Lidox is in the heat of it all. Split get away, but last is to chase him down. Boye gets a top full, and now Nero is chasing down what's left of Darkstars. Lucifer as well is there. It's got that divine judgment. Anyone who trespass will be stripped of their abilities. For Shady trying to clear the lanes. The pressure is there. Electrifying beat comes out from Kami Levi. Nero applied the pressure. Third Rose and Shady goes out, but Blaze is still there. And it takes out the immortality. Boye will have that Pyraga. Last Infinity comes out. Now Blaze turret being taken down. Phantom execution defensively. Darkstars apply the pressure. Lucifer finds Kessie, and the room falls back. Shinigami and the base is still wide open and well defended there. Shady might be getting a bit shady with his movement here. Puncture defensively, and Darkstars will call it a day as Lucifer now. I mean, Levi has to get away as well. Man, these guys, I gotta commend Darkstars. I gotta commend them, man. They did do well when it comes to defense.
Yeah, of course they did do well, but then again, it feels like they are playing into Shinigami's tricks right here. Like they are not the ones deciding, but that's to be expected since they are behind. It looks like they're not the one deciding where and when to fight or how we want to fight. Like Dark Stars are like Shinigamis are like forcing them into this fight. Like take this fight, we dare you. Take this fight, we dare you.
Yeah, they are beating out their mistakes now. We are seeing Boye though almost losing out the Faraga armor. Don Deepsy just keeps poking him out with the shadow energy here. 30 seconds until that Lord spawns. Make that 26. As we will now see them prep for the Lord spawning. They are trying to clear the lanes, and down bottom, Shady and Camillevi again. Maybe a jungler 1v1. Fisai, what is with these 1v1s? Isolating themselves from the lead. As you see Boye now trying to zone out Leadox. Now Don Deepsy half HP. Maybe a last is ready to follow up there. Leadox with a split trying to get away, and Lucifer as well. He's got that divine judgment. Now Lord has spawned. Now Camillevi in the midst of it all. Maybe. No. Has to get away. The man does prioritize the Lord instead. That's exactly what you should do. But meanwhile, Nero trying to clear the lanes here. Plays as well. Kessie taking a lot of heat, but he is also trying to be a big distraction for his team. And right now, split, okay, with the pass, Leadox will get away. I have to find beats onto Lucifer. The Mhpl escape. AOG catches too, and plays trying to get away. JD for domestication cancelled, and he is unstoppable as Boye will find him. Now Boye gets a double onto Leadox, maybe a triple. The pressure is still there. Lucifer running for their life, and Camille Levi will be unstoppable as he takes down Blaze. Lucifer able to get away now. Last man standing for Darkstars, and it looks like the game is GG's for Shinigami as they will try to defend what's left, but no, Darkstars can't. Electrifying beats now. Camillevi applying the pressure. Lucifer prioritizing the minion ways, but no, can't do. Kami shuts him down. He will be godlike, as the name suggests, and that's game one for Shinigami.
Yeah, I mean that was very interesting. Right from the fact that none of them, just like you pointed out, none of them went for a marksman. I think this is a new trend even in MPL right now, where instead of going for the traditional marksman, they go for Ruby, CC, Alice, or the Esmeralda in like the gold lane. So I think the thing is kind of like experimental right now, but yeah, we can see that they are making it work, and yeah, we are jumping on the train, right? So yeah, it works, and kudos to Shinigami. Darkstars, on the other hand, like I said earlier, they played too much into Shinigami's tempo, but I mean that just means that Shinigami played real well for them to be able to scheme their way. Oh, no, they are worthy of that win. So I won't say scheme. Scheming will look like they did a kind of a fraud to win, but yeah, that was just very well played from Just Biboye, Blaze, Nero, Camillevi especially. Bro was just electrifying, using the electrifying beats up and down, making everyone scared. Once it comes out, you see all Darkstars teammates trying to like recall, trying to like go back to safety. Even the glue was not safe. Even the glue was not safe.
Even the glue was not safe indeed. It was a very brilliant play from both these teams. I like the fact that the Shinigami knew how to apply the pressure, force the mistakes, and make sure that, okay, look, if we're gonna go for this third one, we want it to be uncontested, we need to take at least 2 members of Darkstars or 3 members of Darkstars. And that's exactly what they were doing. And look at the polls here. Look at the polls. The poll has finally been edited. Look at the polls here. Okay, yeah, I can funny, I can actually see the polls again. Production. I don't know what happened there, but still, look at the comments now. I am seeing someone saying if Darkstars had an like Claude or Carry, yeah, I still think they should have gone for a marksman man. I feel like
Additional marksman, yeah.
yeah, it would have really helped a lot. I feel like it would have really helped. The damage was kind of being affected since they have a Kaja, right? But then, funny enough, people are actually hitting on the Kaja right now. That the Kaja is the catcher is not really appropriate for that lineup. But still, the catcher had the MVP. The catcher had the best performance. If you're looking at the stats here, the catcher had the best performance in the game.
I think the Kaja had the highest skill as well.
Yeah, and now we are seeing the polls on the chart. Shinigami is having 94% of the polls, and Darkstars having 6%. That is a lot of gap when it comes to both these teams, and it tells you what these players are thinking, and also the kind of impact they had in that game to convince the people watching them that we are the better ones, we are the ones that has the potential to take game 2. But then don't forget, these are 2 tier 1 teams. When it comes to tier 1 games, anything can happen. These are teams that have made sure they fought through grit, and they have made sure that they arrived at tier 1. So it's anyone's game for game 2. Shinigami, although showing more potential, but I don't want to write out Darkstars just yet. I still want to believe that they are a tier 1 team for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, the composition that they brought out might just be something experimental. That person, I have to agree with that person that said the Kaja doesn't really work with that lineup. The thing now is that if you knew that you wanted to use a Kaja, you could have used someone else that could burst faster rather than the Lilia or the Esmeralda. I mean, both those did not work there, so you could have used someone that could burst faster. So yeah, just like the previous match that we played, let's hope they will change some things here. Let's see what changes they will make.
And I am seeing someone, Tiger Bruce, saying right there about guy, give them a benefit of that now. Relax. Okay, yeah, it's a 1-1 ban again. We are in the draft for the game 2. And I want to understand why Shinigami keeps banning a marksman, even though they're not, Darkstars aren't picking marksmen. I'm trying to understand that dynamic there, but I understand if they they don't want to take risks, they don't want to take chances, right? But I think this is where Darkstars should stop the idea of we don't use marksman. Shinigami didn't use marksman, we're not going to use marksman either. They should go for a marksman. Marksmen are great. They help when it comes to melting games, especially in terms of late games. They help when it comes to melting those tanky heroes. I mean, you had Nero that was full diving into the back and applying a lot of pressure with that Throne of Ruin. So if you had, let's say, like a carry, Nero would be more thoughtful on how he dived, and now we are seeing a Hilda ban on the side of Shinigami, a Gato ban on Darkstars. That's actually pretty understandable. Kessie was, pretty interesting with that Gato. There was pretty and an Xbox ban. Just Biboye was pretty ruthless with that Xbox, so that's actually very valid right there.
Yeah, but we have to remember that they banned out the Yuzong in the early game. So if they are banning it out to respect Just Biboye, he might just go for the Yuzong in the second match, and that's like a whole nother level of headache on their hands right now. But yeah, I have to agree with Otter as well. They should just like go for a marksman. I mean, those things, yep, and there it is, the Yuzong comes out. So hopefully they will have an answer to this. Maybe they glue again. Yep, the Brody scales through this time. So I would love to believe that the reason why Darkstar did not go for now this might sound a bit somehow, but probably their marksman has a little hero pool. If you remember the first game, Shinigami banned out the 1-1, and were they the ones who banned out the Brody as well, or was it Darkstars? I've forgotten. So I like to believe that it probably has a small hero pool, or maybe they were just experimenting as well. We don't know, but yeah, the picks are in right now. They already have 2 huge burst on Darkstar side, so that's already looking good, an upgrade from the last match. But here they are leaning more towards control, and opposed to on the Lunox. Lunox is a very interesting pick. Like Shady now can't just go in and say, okay, I'm going for opposed to, because if Kessie manages to use the grab and slam on him, even while he's ulting, then it's probably dead already. So I think the first three picks on Shinigami's side is actually very valid right now.
Yep, I am seeing some comment here. Emmanuel, welcome to the stream. He's asking me for the lobby bans. Unfortunately, man, it was real quick. I did not see the lobby ban. Personally, I did not see it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not going to pick any of those though. But yeah, it's very, very interesting because Kessie going for that Kalia. Mind you, guys, this is the first time we are seeing a Kalia in the MHPL games. So Kessie has officially broken the records and picking the Kalia once. And we are also seeing a Yves on Blaze and Shady stealing away that joy pick from Camille Levi. And we are seeing Emir going for a Broody here. Now that's an interesting set. Lidox, okay, leaving behind the glue, even though the glue was open, and going for a CC, and Camille Levi might go for a Gling here.
Yeah, I mean, they are just trying to cover up their base when it comes to the bust as well. They already have the sustain from the Yuzong and the Kalia right now. So yeah, going full bust. Like I said, we have the Lunox, we have the Clint, and we don't know what Kamiliva is just going for right now. Bro is just scrolling through, showing them that yeah, I can play this Nolan. That's another first, is it not, Black?
Yep, not another first on the stream. And someone says Kale was played in MLPH. Yeah, I was not actually talking about the games that were not streamed. I'm talking about the games that were streamed. Okay, in streamed games, this is the first time we are seeing a Kale and a Nolan pick. This is the first time, and yeah, they have some balanced DPS. Let's talk about the lineups here, man. Okay, we've got nice CC on Nero. We've got the Furious Dive. We've also got Kessie with that Tidal Strike. We've also got the Tsunami Slam. We've also got Apostle there. There's the Stun with the Cosmic Fission. There's the Slow there. We've also got Boye with the Trapping Recoil. We've got Camille Levi as well. A little slow from the Fracture, and that's all. That's all really. There's been a bit of DPS mixed up in. You know, the Darkening on Apostle, Fracture on Levi. That's good. That's DPS. Grenade Bombardment on Boye. That's some nice DPS there. And on the other side, Darkstars are no slouch either. They've got Lucifer's got the Atlas, the Fatal Links, that CC, Brutus Corrosive Strike, CC, CC's Cotton Core, another CC, Yves Void Blast, and the Void Crystal is there. So you can tell Darkstars really concentrated their lineup onto CC. And Shinigami considered their lineup when it comes to CC as well, and also DPS because the DPS is there.
Yeah, the DPS and the sustain. The Alea's passive makes sure that the teammates around are always topped up at every time. So even if you grab someone with the Atlas, but this is a matchup between the Kalea and the Atlas now. Let's see who is the best grabber. One can grab one person while the other one can grab two people. So this is a case of kidnapping probably. So let's see who is the best kidnapper.
Hopefully it's Kessie because Shinigami already has one game now. So one more and it's in their favor. And if Darkstars take one, then it's gonna be a draw for both teams. And yeah, that's not what you wanna see if you are a Shinigami fan. Well, okay, Cosmic Fission from Apostle though. The man is trying to poke out Blaze, but Blaze seems like he will get it hit. Camille Levi comes through, and that's gonna be the perfect match. Stun him out and annihilates, and of course the Wave Breaker from Kessie just waiting it out on Lucifer. Okay, Tidal Strike and him just hitting out basic attacks there and there. Kessie already using that flicker, an early resource spent, and the Wave Breaker as well. But on that EXP lane, it looks like Lidox will be under a lot of pressure as it will fall. Nero with the first blood. Sha Essence. Man, that's one thing about the Yuzong. You don't mess with the Yuzong in the early game.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the Yuzong in the early game. And I like to believe that Nero, this is his power pick right now. I mean, it's very. I want to believe that it's very strong on the Yuzong. That was why they banned it in the first game. But letting it go now, I mean, you have to pick your poison, like Black usually say. Either you pick you let the Yuzong or the Xbox through, and whichever one you pick, you will always be. Oh, there's an engage. Oh, the Brody got a kill on Kessie. Yeah, they're trying to invade. I believe they're trying to invade there. That was just them overstepping their boundary. And the perfect match is going in on Apostle right now. He doesn't have his ult yet, so he can't immune it. He has to walk through it even with the slow. And now they are gathering on the Tortu. Okay, I don't think they're trying to contest this.
Can't believe Levi with a fracture. And Shady now taking the total there. Perfect match turns him up now. We break out with the title strike. Cassie, maybe an engagement. Doesn't have the Tsunami Slam though. She's gonna have to settle for the title strike now. Lucifer trying to give vision here. Cassie and Apostle on the mid lane. Meanwhile, Nero going to greet his counterpart on the EX lane there. Lidox rotating up top now is where we should be. Lucifer there, he's got the perfect match. Maybe an engagement here. No, that's just a poke there. Title strike brings him up there. Just have the Slammy Slam, Cosmic Fish, melt him down. Quick draw as well. They are trying to melt down Lucifer as fast as they can. But Lucifer already knows that it's not worth it committing there. Shady is almost done taking out that creep. And soon the fight might just break out. Might be a two-man fatal link. But no, Lucifer just uses the Annihilate here. Slows them down and goes away.
Yeah, I mean, he has the flicker right now, so he can't be, that's the title strike.
The Tsunami Slam, but a fatal links outplay, and Lucifer will fall. The fatal links into the real manipulation, and now Shady is diving in. Title strike puts him up and a flicker out of the electrifying beats. Now Nero comes into the mid lane to settle things. The cutting call onto two now. Apostle and Nero. Now Lidox is there where his counterpart is. Both of them now rotating. Now, okay, actually, just Nero rotating to the EX plane back. And Shady might go for him soon. The man is just keeping his distance. But yeah, I think it was a follow-up issue with that Lucifer engage earlier, man.
Yeah, I don't think they're planning to engage there actually. They took out Lucifer like very fast. Like the Cameliva on this Nolan right now is just going hammock. And I don't know what's wrong with the Brody. I don't know, maybe he's not online right now. I think he's lagging because he's recalling in pace right now. But anyways, he has not been clearing his way for a while. That's what I just noticed. I probably thought it was because he was afraid of a gank. But the recalls are coming out, so we might see a pause here.
Yep, that's the pause. That's the pause from the ref. And of course, I want to ask you guys now. Let me before I ask, let me see the polls, yeah? I am seeing 91 to 9%. That is outrageous. 91% to 9. Shinigami's got all the votes, almost all the votes. 91%. That is I mean, what's left for Darkstars at this point, man?
I mean, this just shows that people are now showing support to Darkstars. Earlier when you said it was 96 to 4, if I remember correctly, but now it is 91 to 9. So there are people praying for their success. Let's just see what they will do. But with the situation right now, I don't think they are coming anywhere near Shinigami's snowballing, because the snowballing has started already, although they are kind of like on the same gold level. But when it comes to the team fight, Darkstars are not really communicating real well, and they're even losing out in the lanes. If I'm correct, yeah, they're losing out in the lanes as well. Nero is just bullying Lidox in the lane, and Judgy Boye farming real well against Mhpl, and Cameliva just doing his thing, roaming around, giving everyone a jump scare everywhere. When you see him, he's like, oh, he's going to jump on me or not, and he has that fracture to probably retreat if it gets too dangerous.
Let's got it. And now we do wait for 1 extra minute for them to set whatever it is that is holding their marksman there. But let's look at the comments right now. I'm gonna be going for the comments and I'm gonna be engaging the comments. And God Zerena said MTN go want you, but no panic. And I can also see Carl says skins go that big. Yeah, that's a lot of some collector skins on the Atlas. And I am seeing someone saying maybe this Atlas will be better than the last. Hey, let's see. Someone says I'll probably go for Lapo against YZ if you ask me. That's Ben Sky. Well, I don't really know. A Lapo YZ is a classic. If you think about it, it's one of the biggest, or should I say, the most popular matchups on the EXP lane. The Lapo YZ. If you say Lapo pick the YZ, if you say YZ pick the Lapo, right? It's a pick that warrants another pick. Let me just put it like that. But still, yeah, it works. But you need to factor your experience with the hero and also your the kind of opponent you are facing. You can't just pick any face any random person. But someone says Glow self no go show you love. That's Emmanuel. It is well. Someone says don't know why Levi picked Nolan. I just realized why SS was open. That's true. Let's talk about that. He didn't go for the YSS. He did pretty well on it. Or maybe he's trying to show that he has a wide jungling pool, but still total taking, and that's Camille just doing his thing as the jungler.
Yeah, I mean, he hovered on the YSS for a while. Was the YSS that I used last game? I don't think it was the YSS. It was on the YSS that I used. Like, he used the Joy. Yes, he used the Joy, and the Joy has been taken by Shady because they had the first pick there. So yeah, probably just went for something else that he feels comfortable on, and we can see that he's not is really showing how competent he is on the Nolan right now.
Apostle now, Cosmic Vision is able to get away through electrifying beats from Shady. Things are starting to get heated up now. Cassie trying to match him there. Fracture, but Apostle gets the kill with Darkening. And Lethal taking, one member taking as well. Now Shinigami are off to a great start, but it looks like Leadox will be engaging Nero here. Cutting call with the Boyan bounce. Actually, cutting call not committed. It is just the Boyan's bounce. But on that mid lane, Lucifer is trying to defend the mid lane with what he can. Half HP though. Boye takes out the tier 1 up top. And man, I am liking what they are doing. It is slow and steady push to the win for Shinigami.
Yeah, slow and steady push because even the late game is in their favor right now. Okay, he's jumping on Blaze again.
Tidal Strike raises him off, knocks him airborne, and he will chase him down with a Wave Breaker. Now he flickers out Kessie, big resource spent, and Lucifer is still pressuring there. Vital Link's not used on Boye, maybe waiting for a right time here. Electrifying beat! Shady finds Kessie. Vital Link still not committed, and Lucifer will let him go just like that. Maybe a 3-man, maybe waiting for a 3-man here. Lucifer, why is he holding back, man?
Yeah, probably because there's not a lot of like you said, probably waiting for a big pool. What he was doing up there was just keeping the cleanse in place, and we can see that actually helped Shady take out the Kalea right there. And yeah, we can see Lucifer doing his thing, right in front, but he's taking so much damage, he might die here.
Yeah, but he's able to get away though, so that's a good thing. Another uncontested Turtle, and Shinigami just keeps moving in their slow journey towards victory here. Now they might be going for an invade. Oh, okay, Kessie, okay. Tidal Strike into the turrets there. That's gonna be the perfect match. Coming out to greet him. Shady, now 1v1 against Kessie. The man is trying to bait him close. Come closer. Yes, harmless. Maybe not, but Shady's able to get away real quick. Up top, we are still seeing Boye push the lanes. Wow. Shinigami and Split pushing 1 and 2. But then Boye here, Shady. The man is looking for a chance without Lino and Crystal. Amy is here. Okay, trapping recall defensively. Shady dives into the back and Boye is down. Jeez. I think at that point, Boye knew that was going to happen because he did not use his Purify. He had a Purify. He did not commit it, saved it because I think he knew that I was saying death and just said, oh, look, you know what? I'm just going to leave it, until the next engagement where he might use a Vital Link.
Yeah, there are some situations like that where you'd have your spell, but it'd be like, nah, this just be waste of spell. I mean, you are being chased by what do I call this here? Yeah, you are being chased by a hero that's like very fast, and you have maybe like Flicker or Revitalize or something like, or Purified, like in this case, and you'd be like, nah, even if I use it, it's going to catch up to me and just take me out and things like that. So you just like, it's a waste. Let's just save it until the next time.
Let's just save it until the next time. Indeed, now they are just clearing the lanes. Darkstars are doing what they can, but the split push from Shinigami is really making it difficult, man. But Lucifer now, okay, perfect match onto the minion waves. Amir is still stuck on cleanup duty as the Lord will spawn in 5 seconds. And I really want to ask, what is Darkstars' plan against this? But then we are seeing Camilify dives in, dives out, Fracture, and the cutting call already used. Leadox committed, and now he is chasing him down though. Darkstars maybe overplaying their hand here. Title strike from Kessie. And Camille Levi looking for an opening here. Lucifer might go in for it. He might go in for it. Perfect match, but no. He just retreats though and saves it. Maybe for a better time when that Lord is about to be taken out.
Yeah, they already got information that Leader doesn't have the cutting call, and yeah, can believe I just take the thought to the law just like that. Since they already have the information, they are jumping on him again. I mean, these guys are not. They don't even care if it's a tank or not. If you're in front of us, you are a target.
Yep, their targets. And someone's asking who won game one. Yeah, that was Shinigami. Shinigami won game one. And Apostle is still making sure they preserve their lanes and is doing the same over on down bottom Nero. I like the fact that Shinigami is keen on wave management. That is very important, really. Because in games like this where your opponent doesn't want to fully commit, they don't want to contest. All you have to do is just make sure that you are farming the lanes and taking those objectives. Eventually, the wave pressure is going to increase and they are going to be forced to defend. And defending over and over. Okay, Lucifer, that'd be a good time. Sees Camille Levi, dives in, Fracture dives out, but the fatal links brings only Camille Levi. Now the title strike into the back, Tsunami Slam brings him in. That's one down. Now Lucifer. He gets away and the real world manipulation stun them all. Black Dragon already committed. Can't see him poked out with the yo-yo play from Lidox, but the Lord is still pressuring the base thread on top. Oh, yeah, takes down Lucifer with a quick draw. And now Camille Levi goes in. Fracture! Camille Levi with a double. And the base is still there. The Lord is still there. Lidox, the only man left to defend. But then Shady will be back. And of course, he gets the number needed. But it's 1v5. Lidox is taking damage. Really got started up. I can't believe I make quick work of him. Oh, Shady with a double and the electrifying beats, and he makes sure that it's a 2-for-1 there. Now they have to go back. Shinigami don't have the HP anymore, especially now that Lucifer is back. That's gonna be counterproductive for them.
Yeah, I mean they took out like 2 inhibitor turrets with that. That was the first Lord. They took down 2 inhibitor turrets with only the first Lord, bro. That's just, kudos to the wave management, like you mentioned earlier. Kudos to the team, the way they're managing their waves, and they really made sure that they got value out of that Lord. And we have a pause again.
Yep.
This time for
by
Shinigami. Yeah, yep. This time it's for Shinigami.
Well, I'm gonna be engaging in the comments, and okay, I think due to that little thing that Darkstars did, they got some more votes because right now it's 86-14. Before it was 91% to 9%. Now it's 86% to 14%. What is going on? Is it that people are seeing that Darkstars might actually do something? Or is it that people are just wanting to show sympathy and just give them some numbers? What is going on here? And someone saying, Kyo is saying, Bouye should have just picked Flicker. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like the Purify is still valid because, the Fatal Link can be very deadly, especially for a Clint. And I don't know why people are calling him Temu Jam. I'm just going to ignore that comment. Someone says, Atlas was looking at Nolan as a killjoy. Okay. You guys take it chill, please. And another person says assassination classroom Levi. Let's talk about that. Now, during that push in that first Lord siege, right? We saw a situation where Levi went up top and he used the fracture and he took out 2 people. Just like that. And I was impressed because that was like a situation where you thought they had already gone away and escaped. But Levi, the one thing about Nolan is a fast reaction, hero. So
yeah.
When you see him coming, before you can even say cheese, you are gone. Especially if he has enough damage, enough farm, and he's fed. That even worsens the case. And I am saying, I think I jinxed it, Visayo. We just lost some more votes on Darkstars. It's now 87-13. So that's I think I jinxed it. I think the moment I said people I think the moment I said that people apply sympathy, they remove their votes immediately. They were like black. In fact, I'm not even showing their sympathy anymore. But then still though, I like the fact that Darkstars defended well. I gotta commend them. They tried, right? Lidox stayed. Lidox defended, and of course, I gotta commend Shinigami as well. One of the things that's helping them is the wave management. They realized that, okay, look, this is not working out, right? They don't want to commit, they don't want to engage, they don't want to contest. What can we do? Wave manage. Macro plays. That's what's gonna count in the end. That's what's gonna matter. But it's good. It's okay. And yeah, so far so good, man. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you think Darkstar still has a chance here, or do you think Shinigami is just gonna win it all?
Nah, I'll try my best to like stay neutral here because of course we need to like give
Of course, of
them
course,
benefit of the doubt.
of
So
course.
okay, the match is starting soon, but yeah, Shinigami have the upper hand right now, but Darkstars, that defense really showed that they really also have something to show us as well. So all they need now is just one good fatal links from the Atlas.
Lucifer. Yep.
So we just need one good fatal links comboed with the cutting call and probably the electrifying beat, and we are going to see bodies dropping on the side of Shinigami. But again, Shinigami is not that easy to kill, especially with oh my god,
Oh
Danny
my
Levi
god!
headline.
Gabby Levi, and now of course the fatal links onto two, and that's gonna be the backbite from Darkstars, and Nero takes out Lucifer, who takes out Blaze. Bleedox trying to get away into safety, and what looked like a Darkstars backbite is now a turnaround for Shinigami as they crumble in this team fight. Burn and splash as Shinigami have taken game 2. Down. What
Man,
the heck?
Victory!
That was fast. That was impressive. I gotta commend them. First of all, Shinigami took the first hit. What looked like Darkstars fighting back immediately became Shinigami's turnaround. They turned it around and flipped the script and said, "Hey, we are still in charge here. Don't forget that the fatal links into the reward manipulation. You had the CC set up, but then Emir was nowhere to be found. What happened?" And then Lidox as well tried there with the cutting call, used it before the fatal links. And honestly, I feel like it was a setup thing. I feel like the coordination with the setup was just a bit jumbled up. And hopefully next time they do get that right. But then Shinigami, that's 2-0 in their favor, man. Any final words before we close the stream for tonight?
nothing much except that yeah, GG's to Shinigami, GG's to Darkstars. Just Camille Levi taking the spotlight this night. I mean, even on the Joy, even on the Nolan, they really showed us the pinnacle of what a jungler should be.
Yep. Pinnacle over the jungler should be indeed. And of course, this is good night from me to you guys. It's quite late. It's 11:05 p.m. right here in Nigeria. And shout out to all the people who stayed until the end. You are appreciated. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It does help us push what we're doing here out there. Shout out to the streamer, of course, himself, Stark, doing the heavy lifting in the back end. Thank you so much for your effort. Shout out to Mhpl management team for putting together the Mhpl streamed games. And shout out to the casters, Fisayo, and myself, Black Matter. Until next time, guys, good luck in your round games. Good night.